David,
Oh my God.
I'm leaving now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put her on the back door.
Okay. Yes. So just really quick, this is like 100-year-old house. It's actually in a nice place. It's not a cheap house. It's probably like 3 mil. nice house. For you guys that are probably wondering what is it I'm doing, is staining the wood, the floor. And I gave it one coat yesterday, and it's not just one coat. So what happens is that this area is too big. I did it throughout the whole house. And that's the good thing about learning things like this, you know. It's an exercise, meditation. You learn different factors of construction. It's really, really good. It gets you going throughout the day. No matter what, you gotta work, especially in this circumstances right now. You gotta get that sweat on, you know. And yes, guys, there's gonna be some smart ones in there. How come he's not using a machine to? Well, you know what? Not every client is the same, and at the same time, you gotta know what you're doing. When you use a machine on the floor like this, actually, this was actually carpet. All the floor that you guys are seeing right now, it was carpet. The good thing that this flooring that they have, it's been here over 60 years, and the carpet was 30 something years. So when the person that bought this house, when they purchased this house, she actually never seen the flooring, but the flooring is actually in good condition, believe it or not, even though the house is 100 years old. So we took out the carpet, and of course the padding, it's out. It's just the whole floor, perfect. Little scratches here and there, but you could buff them out. But once again, let's go back to the beginning. It had stain on it, so you gotta go to a Home Depot, unless you have a machine, a sander, those big sanders, and you buy those. They come in different things, different variety, like the round ones, square ones. But for a project like this, you don't need a big machine. But it does help out, because you don't want to be on your knees all day getting all that stain out. So what you do is you order them, you go to Home Depot, get a machine, strip it all off, right, until you don't see no more stain, right? The old stain, get rid of the old stain. And right after that, clean it out real good. Wipe down the floor real good, which right here, we actually, we're gonna paint all this, ceiling, walls, everything, right? But right now what I'm gonna do is just dusting it out, putting some plastic on top of it. That way I can start cutting in everything, and then in the end, once we're done doing the painting, right, we'll finish the flooring with stain, giving it the second hand. Right now, I'm actually giving it the second hand. Right? Well, not right now, but I actually sanded it down. That way it could be real smooth. Then to apply the second coat, and it'll be done. But that's after we're done with the walls. Really great work, guys. I enjoy doing things like this. It's fun. I mean, it's worth the day pay, It's worth the day pay. I mean, everybody to each his own. Everybody works different. Everybody likes different things. But I stick to houses and things like this, guys, because I like what I do. I like stuff like this. Not only that, houses, homes, they're never gonna end. We're always going to have houses, apartments, things like that. So right now I'm just sweeping it out, kind of careful, because right after this I got to rag it, guys, and mask it off. But at the same time, I was like, let's do a quick live, just to see how everybody's doing. I hope everybody's doing well. It's actually been a long month, guys. This month was a real long month. I don't know for you guys, but for me it was. With all this protests and all these things going on, wars. I don't know how you guys feel about wars. I really don't like wars. A lot of people die, you know. It's really, really sad. You know, people die behind wars, guys. It's not funny, nothing to play with, you know. A lot of innocent people do die behind wars. I mean, I don't know how you guys see it, but I see it that way, you know. It's really sad, man. It's really, really sad. It's really sad to see kids and people die, you know, for whatever political reasons they got going. But everybody has a different opinion, right? Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has a different mentality when it comes down to stuff like that, you know. Situations like this, guys, you gotta be really open-minded when it comes down to like wars and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Gotta make sure the floor is really, really clean, guys. Like really, really clean, you know. And this is what I really do, guys. This is my profession. This is what I like to do, you know. This is actually my bread and water, guys. You know, this is what I like to do. Everything is really expensive right now, guys. Everything is really, really expensive. Everything that has to do with Home Depot stuff. So supposedly, I don't know about other states right now, but in California, supposedly the gas by the end of this year, guys, is gonna be like $10 a gallon. $10 a gallon for gas. Supposedly. But if it's $10 a gallon, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money that's gonna come out your pocket, you know? I mean, people are gonna be hurting with that. A lot of people are gonna be hurting, believe that. Not only that, guys, whenever you guys do your job, just do it to the max, do it better. Especially these days, you know, the prices, the hand labor is gonna go down. Not everywhere, but in some states. $8 to $10 per gallon of gas, guys, out here in California. I don't know what you guys think, or those people that live in the state of California. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Mucho dinero. Mucho dinero. But yes, guys, once again, I'm actually prepping this because it's gonna get stained. It has one coat already. I sanded it down because you need to do that as a process. And then right after that, I'm gonna cover it, guys. Put some plastic right on top of it. Started cutting walls with paints. right, guys, that part is done. Now for the flooring, guys, we're gonna use blue tape. We're gonna use blue tape for the flooring. Let's go ahead and check out the flooring. And that's the flooring right there, guys. So it's nice and clean now. All right, it's nice and clean. Still has a chimney. All right. This right here, this is done. See? What do you guys think? They were super ugly, guys. Like super ugly. You know? But now, we made them look really, really bad. But of course, the flooring is not gonna look like that. It's gonna look something like this. You guys see that? We started off right here, and then we came in here. This is done right here. But this floor, guys, had this carpet right here. You guys see that? That carpet right there was over here. Was all over the ground. And these things, this furniture, this ground is done. But we put some of that, it's called rosin paper. Rosin paper, that's what it's called. It's kind of thick. It's really, really thick. We painted all this, all that brown right here. Doors. But the flooring is done. But like I said, guys, that carpet's been on this flooring for probably like 40 years or probably more, you know. And we're just trying to make the house look better. You know what I mean? And that's how it's going. It looks really nice. And you know, when you make a contract like this, you gotta ask the owners like what's their budget, you know what I mean? And when you ask them what's their budget, well, they're gonna tell you, you know what, I got so much, so much that I want to spend. And you tell them, okay, so you start as a contractor, you start looking into things that the lady wants or the man wants, whoever the owner is of the house. You start looking into the stuff that they want and what they need, And then from there, you start getting a budget. But of course, it's not just about the budget. It's about getting paid also, So that's how contracts work, guys. It's not just, hey, can you come and do this? When people call, you have a business. Hey, my it's not working, or my electricity is not working. Well, there's something wrong with the toilet, or something needs to be replaced. So it's not just going to replace it. It's your budget. What do you want? So you always got to ask, the client, what is it that they want? How much money are they going to spend? And then from there, you start looking into things. That's when you're actually a contractor. But for that, I think you gotta kind of like go to school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just something that, unless you've been doing it for quite a while, a lot of years, and you don't need a certification. You You don't need a certification. But at the same time, if you're not certified and you're running jobs like this, remember at the end of the day you could get in trouble, Like you could really, really get in trouble because the government wants their money. Right? Yeah. Not only that, you gotta be really smart too, Lori. Because a lot of these people, they'll get you to do something, you do it, and next they come up with that famous line, "Oh, I didn't like it, I'm not gonna pay you." So you gotta make sure it's in a contract, because anybody could get over anyone like really, really fast, and that's ridiculous, when you're there all day busting your ass. And of course working, Well, you guys know how that goes. There's always people that, in the end, they want to cry and complain. But at the same time, as you were, doing the job, you were asking them, hey, so what do you think? Let me know, hey, when do we need to replace something? Do we got to fix something? What is it? Of course, But if it's not in the contract and they want you to do it, of course, you got to charge it. Is that correct? I mean, nothing is for free in this world, guys. Nothing's for free. Nobody's going to give you nothing for free. The people are insane now. I mean, it's just ridiculous, But it is what it is. That's why when you do a contract with someone, when you're going to work for someone, you got to be really, really smart and see what is it. Or even just by looking at the people, you'll be like, nah, these people look kind of shady. And in the end, they're going to come out with some weird stuff, So it'd be like, you know what? I'm sorry, be as most professional you can, but you know what? I think I can't take on this project. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the way it rolls, because in the end, you're the one that's doing all the labor, the hard work, and these people are just watching you for them in the end to come out with, well, you know what? We don't like it, this and that, and they don't want to pay. Nah, hell no. So every time you do a contract, cheers, tapatillos from Phoenix. Hello, G. Lori. Every time you're gonna work for someone, make sure you get a down payment. Remember that. Especially if you have insurance and all that, if you're bonded and all that, make sure you get in advance. You know what I mean? I should be in Phoenix, OG Bustos, probably this weekend. I gotta go to Phoenix. I have to be out there in Phoenix. Maybe, but I do gotta be out there in Phoenix. I gotta go do some stuff out there in Phoenix, I gotta go do some stuff out there in Phoenix. So I'll probably leave on Friday, right out of work. I gotta go take care of some business out there. But work is work, guys, and I gotta keep working, But I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody's doing well. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a Shine bright. La rata. La rata. That fool was crazy, huh? I don't know, but I was watching that show that he watches. Well, I was actually watching it in his channel, because cool dude is cool, and those two guys that were bald, they were smurfing each other. Funny, it's a funny show. It's probably a show that he watches. I never seen that before, but different people show different things, and that's really cool. But Bao's a cool person, man. Bao's a cool person. Not only that, I think I think, I think Bao was he was actually part of the forces out of the United States. I think he was like a Marine or something, right? What the hell's going on here? And now we get to covering, guys. We get to covering. Now we gotta cover the floor, guys. I'm not working on the floor today. It has one coat, remember, it has a coat already. The second coat should be tomorrow, Friday, guys. But there's no time to waste, guys. There's no time to waste. When there's work, you gotta work. You know? Let's make sure we cover it up really good because we don't want no paint falling on top of this. No paint, no paint, no paint, no paint, no paint, no paint. You guys are crazy. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. You know, I gotta keep working. You know, but yeah, I don't know if I'll see you out there in Phoenix this weekend. Hold on, guys, be back. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta let you guys go. You know, I hope you guys have a rest wonderful day, guys. You guys take care of yourself. What's the matter with you? Everybody that's in here, thank you very much for stopping by, guys. Much love and respect to all. Yes, see you guys later. Take care, everyone. But that's it, guys. You know the famous words. Bye bye, guys. Take care, Laurie. Everyone. Wingspan. Bye bye, guys. Love you all.